It's in the game.
They'll run down the hill in one of the most storied entrances in all of college football. Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina, home to the Tigers since 1945. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Boston College Eagles, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Boston College lined up, ready to kick off and get things going. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Clemson Tigers offense will have the first possession of the game. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. And if you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Off the play fake. Looking for an open area to his left. Makes the catch. It's Brown. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the running back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Leaves it with the back. Got room at the 35. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Takes the handoff. It's Adams. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. 9th play of the opening drive coming up, but now they face a 3rd down. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And he'll kick for the 3 from 36 yards out in the right hash. Field goal is good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. So Boston College's offense will take the field for the first time. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Boston College right back to the line. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. They're going to throw it again. Got a man. It's Robichaux. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
Well, you've seen the last two plays now. This guy's versatility, and you've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon and a guy that this defense has got to be ready for.
It is getting loud as this crowd tries to help its defense. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Finds his man. It's Morales. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. They'll try to get it in with the run. Forges ahead for one to the 8-yard line as they get set to snap it just about to reach the end of the quarter. Back to throw, it's James. Using the quick game. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Going for 6. And it's caught! Touchdown, Boston College!
At 3rd and goal, I'm giving it to my playmaker. You let your quarterback make this decision whether he wants to run it in or right here. He sees the opportunity. His guy's wide open, hits him in stride for the easy touchdown.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
This guy has the look to confuse the secondary. Movement here from the tight end. Quarterback checking the play. Looking for a man. It's Klubnik. He finds his man. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
And the Tigers get it past the sticks.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell, ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go, hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on second down. Unloads to the right. He makes the catch. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
On the ground, it's Maffa. He breaks a tackle. They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Buys a little time. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there. They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. The Tigers want to pick up the tempo. On 4th down, going to the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Brown. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Off-play action on 1st down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. And that Clemson defensive front getting their paws on dudes and making their presence felt.
And, Reese, that's how they built their dynasty. I mean, I know the offense was flash and sizzle and was really good, but, man, it's the Dexter Lawrence and the Christian Wilkins in the defensive front. Those big boys that could get after the quarterback, that played relentless. Those guys really set the tone and set the foundation for Clemson and big-time success.
They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. The give to the lone running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Boston College lining up to punt this one away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the right. A strike downfield. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Still looking, on the move. Running with power.
Defense is all about creating negative plays. And he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. To the air, it's Klubnik. Incomplete, and man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. He'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. He's looking to throw. Caught behind the line. It's Maffa. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. You can't afford to squander these opportunities once you get into the red zone. Twice they've been denied. Here's 3rd and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Now the play fake. Floating away. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Clemson!
Make no mistake about it. Bring in the beef, right? Bring in all the extra offensive linemen, the tight end. You know what we're going to do. We're going to...
The fake, and he wants to throw. He makes the catch in the end zone, and that trickery works to perfection for the 2. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys. And I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion. And no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Clemson will kick this deep to get the second half underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Feeling some heat. Got it in the middle. It's Morales. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The give to the back. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. The Golden Eagles want to crank the tempo. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Wants to throw. It's James. Trying to get to him. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Boston College will send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Man, oh man, these offenses just haven't been able to find any room to get things going, David.
And to quote the great philosopher, Reese Davis, this is very ungood. Just nothing working for this offense, Palmer. They got to find something.
Well, the plays look good against the scout team during the week in practice, but they have just not been able to find a rhythm against this defense today.
He's back to throw on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's Maffa. At the 40, there he goes.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Now from the 48-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Only in the hops.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the capper coming on that 48-yard touchdown dart. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. Boston College wants to play fast.
Well, there we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice game to pick up the first down. Got to get more of that going moving forward because they have not run it well.
They're trying to get to it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39. Looking for room. It's Robichaux. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after him. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that side.
Boston College lining up to punt this one away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could...
Afterburners coming. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
Well, he's making it look easy out there snagging that pass. Sammy Watkins, Mike Williams, T. Higgins. Great Clemson receivers in recent years. These guys just got open. They found a way with their speed and their route running ability. It's a lot of what this guy does here, too. He makes it easy on his quarterback.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Let's go! Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They'll give it to him again. Got some room. Kangaroos his way. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Lining up for the PAT. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the house call coming on the run from the 23. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Looking for a man. It's James. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. They're bringing heat. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up. And this is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
Boston College will send out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Makes a move. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Well, that's called paying off good field position. You've got the lead here late in the game. You've got the ball back. You're on your opponent's side of the 50, and on your very first play, you break off a long run. This defense right now is playing on their heels late.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. And the route is on.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Getting set for the point after. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Looking to throw, it's James. Makes his connection. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Finds his man, and they convert. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And the Golden Eagles come to the line with a new set of downs.
First down for the offense.
Going up top on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Bond. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw. Grab near the sticks. It's Bradley. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bond. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. Got his man in the middle. Tackled after picking up the 1st down. And this junior loves to show off that big arm. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. 1st and 10, they're down to the 25. He wants to throw. Looking for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Eagles.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Firmly in control of this game, we'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. They're going to ride this running back.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run. But now with less than a minute to go, you got to use your timeout. You got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
The sportsmanlike thing to do might be victory formation. The stat hog would kick a field goal here. And he'll reach for a 53-yarder and have to guide it in with precision from the right. And it's a fake, the fake, and a little shuffle. And he'll be smacked to the ground. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.